used to be a gangster.
They used to be more than just criminals.
I used to be a gangster. I used to be a gangster.
They wanted to be a mafia.
I used to be a gangster and force of lords, known for spraying bodies in many of drug wars. They say I'm a villain, a top-notch crook. I'm getting paid 50 G's for each life that I took. A meeting was called, everybody would join. I'm in the back playing the wall as I flip a coin. Tough decisions to make, a lot of dollars at stake. I was taught to extort, pistol whip them and take. Call me an assassinator, hit man for hire. The untouchables are the guys that I admire.
I used to be a gangster. I used to be a gangster. I seen big money, real piles of snow. Hey yo,
Gigi, get the yayo.
that means blow. Respect all rookies, but play with the pros. Sit back and observe and move birds on the low. I go back, Nicky the small paw, back to Fritz. Up in the hood, he had it good, 12 cents a brick. I'm from uptown, Harlem, where Poe kill Riggs. Mob style, that gangsta shit. From the package, the brick, to the watch, the whips, to the rings, the chains, getting brains from chick. From the worker to the boss, the house, the paws, to the horse. Picking up raw from sauce. I used to be a gangster, Big Macs and nines, thick stacks, butter cracks, say the powder's divine. Cheese lines, every time, the truth's hard to find. Pretty gorgeous paper boy, bitch, I blow your mind. I used to be a gangster. I used to be a gangster.
The young guy.
What up, niggas? This is the landlord.
This your man D-Banger Thomas, people of the world.
And my man Pop here in the slot for right now, but he's gonna get it done in a second. This be your own therapist. How y'all doing out there? Make sure y'all go check out those episodes on Spotify, on Anchor, on wherever that y'all go see y'all, Apple, Google, wherever y'all go check out y'all podcasts during your day. See what we talking about, see what the fuck we up to. And we'll appreciate that. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the page and make sure y'all become a fan, I guess, a follower, however you would want to put it. What's going on, Banger? How you doing today, man? Chichi, get the yayo. Get me blow.
Yeah, man. I've been deep in it for like the last 2 weeks, man. People been dying around me, man. One of my dudes from high school, his funeral was this week. He had passed away last week. And then the illest thing, man, is that one of my homies, man, like he was one of my first bros that I saw when I first came home in 2019 and everything, but like he got murdered, man, and he and I had like a little minor argument, man. And one of the first things I said when I found out, man, I broke down and I was like, I ain't even get to see him again, man. Like I saw him twice, but I didn't get to say anything to him. Like we didn't really get to chop it up, and we wasn't beefing, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like how it was when he was over here, when he came to see me when I had first come home. And that shit really hurt, B. Like, that shit really hurt, man. And, you know, you just think about family, just people close to you, man. Like, it's bananas, man. Life is short, B. You know? And it's like, you just gotta really cherish. The only good things is that with both of them, all I've been doing is going through all the good memories in my head. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at least bro was here with me in the house. You know what I'm saying? He stayed here with me a couple days before Bless came in 2020. That was when the pandemic at first happened. So, you know what I mean? At least I got memories of him here and all of that. But like,
you already know I feel for you, bro. I know how it is. I know what it is, bro. We all lost a lot of soldiers over the last couple of years, man. And that shit is just like, It's eye-opening. You have to appreciate, you got to, communicate. You got to make sure you mend all your relationships with those that you do appreciate and love while we here, because we never know when we can go. So with that said, for all of those that I love, y'all already know what it is. I appreciate y'all niggas, man. I don't want to get into the proverbs just yet. I want to let Papo sink in today's topic, man. What you know about this MLK versus the FBI? What you know about that, Banger?
I mean, nothing other than I know the government was in on his murder, and J. Edgar Hoover, I believe he was the head of the FBI around that time, so I can imagine all the little secret tapes and stuff they had on him.
Well, he created the FBI. He was kind of the lead man at the point of that time, and it's just funny what they like with the Billie Holiday versus the United States. You see how they came after Billie. They couldn't really catch any flaws in her system, so they went after her addiction, her sickness. They went after her vice. You feel me? And then they try to depict her vice to the point where they try to make her an example. And with the Martin Luther King story, it has the same title line. Basically, it's the same fucking blueprint. What they do is they find something and they can't find so much on him. So what they find is some adultery, maybe some sexual conversations or interactions with other females or something. So that's not really too crazy for them to come at him in a court of law. So what they do is they mail the tapes to his wife, like basically to see how a scorned black woman act, what she's gonna do, and what would she bring out to show his true flaws, to try to bring him down. So that was their way of trying to manipulate and break down that brother's whole system.
Yeah, and then if they affect his marriage, then they mess with his mind state, and then maybe he ain't gonna want to be too peaceful no more. Yo, that's bananas, yo. Them dudes is bananas, yo.
They gonna come at you anyway. But they know the tapes. They got you taped, right? They got you wired. But they know the wires are not probably permissible in court. They know that they can't play these shits. These shits has nothing to do with what they told John F. Kennedy they coming after you for. So they can't really show these tapes or play these tapes. So what's the next best thing they do? They mail these tapes to your wife.
Hey, yo.
Yo, the FBI, man. Fuck her having an investigator. She ain't got to, like, what you think gonna happen? She open up that motherfucking envelope and that tape drop out.
Hey, yo.
And he going, Coretta, those are lies. Those are lies. You know that those are lies.
Now, Coretta, you know how they're going to play against us, Coretta. You know, I told you about the dream I had, Coretta. Did I tell you that was in the dream, too?
You know that those are lies.
Hey, yo. Yo, so how your man Cat Williams got mad at Michael Blackson for making the jokes?
The jokes about what?
About MLK and his mistress, Negro.
Because you know that those was lies. The man gonna waste his time. The FBI head honcho is gonna waste his time to go on national news to say Martin Luther King is a liar. This nigga don't say what he lied about. You don't say what happened.
Oh, he said he was a liar?
The man just go and say he a liar. Had it printed on all papers and all this. Yeah, the man is a liar, B. What is he lied about? He did all of this to set up a meeting with the man.
Says the man dressing up in women's clothing.
Forget dressing up in women's clothing. Them man thought they was like James Bond. You see them? How they started that? Yo, They show you the way these guys created it. Like it was all like a game, a cartoon. These niggas, the FBI is supposed to be a comic book, bro. It just went too far. For real, that's just supposed to be a Marvel comic book, the FBI. That shit, and niggas just took it too far, bro.
Oh shit. They real life superheroes.
When the man tell you how he was recruited, man, you go, yo, what type of shit is this? The man said, I was walking down the block. A nigga goes, yo, do you want to join this new task force that I'm creating, the FBI? And he goes, yeah. They take him to the place. They show him this training, whatever. He goes home. 2 weeks later, they call him and told him he made it.
Oh, shit.
Yo, dogs, what did I just join, B? I went outside. It's just the FBI. Yo, these niggas created their own gang and just gave these niggas authority, bro. They created them niggas on the block. The FBI was created right in D.C. on the block, yo, in front of the White House. Yo, these niggas got all these policemen. Fuck them police, B. What we gonna do is we gonna start our shit. We gonna be hiding the police, bro. We gonna have our shit like we gonna just be the FBI. Word. We gonna take on all the shit that they don't do. Bombing, aliens, all that shit. All right, B. I'm with you. Niggas, it's the Lost Boys. B is supposed to be a comic book, man. I'm telling you.
Hey, yo. Jay-Z and a couple other artists are coming together to make a law, make a statute that your lyrics will not be held against you in a criminal case. That's pretty fire.
That's pretty fire, you believe?
Yeah,
so who is my lyrics going to be held against?
Oh, shit. Well, your lyrics shouldn't be held against you at all just because.
Well, that will be the law. But now being a lawyer, it's just because I couldn't hold them against you. You told on your whole fucking team, and now I make it even better for you because I say if you tell no matter what you telling your rhymes, bro, you're not going to jail. So tell on everybody around you. Don't worry, we can't use your lyrics against you. But that nigga said Beggar was on the corner. He caught a nigga. He got a body. Papo just caught a nigga. He finished somebody. He got him.
Oh, man.
Laying out. Beggar and Papo, they went up 38. Niggas finished.
Oh,
I don't think that law gonna be good. It makes you want to. If niggas is saying reckless shit now, imagine what they're gonna say then. Then you really gonna have war because now they're gonna have to murder you because he's gonna be like, yo, you gotta watch what you say, but you don't ever put your name in my mouth. I mean, my name in your mouth.
Yeah. Speaking of which, yo, man, this game, yeah, it's crazy out there, man. It's crazy on the internet, right?
What's going on? I'm trying to wait for Papo to chime in so we can I know what he doing, but he just taking too long. I'm trying to wait for you to so you can get a proverb of the day, and then we can really get into it because you know we was sitting there having a little conversation about it for a while, and then we just was switching around. That's why I was like, where you was at? We was about to start this thing a little earlier so we can get into the neck bone of the issue.
Yeah, man, because it's the family been filed a lawsuit against the government.
That shit, you know what that is. That's like spitting in the wind, bro. Who you filing? All the niggas that did it is dead. That's their justification. They not here no more. That's all they gonna say. How long they been waiting for that? Is Coretta still around?
I'm not sure. I don't want to say.
They keep putting a little tent harder. We got to go back to the underground. We got to hold our sisters, B. These niggas gonna try to feed them anything this year. They're gonna try to get them to get vaccinated, poison them. You know how they do.
Maya Angelou's on a new quarter.
On a new quarter.
Yeah. Well, there's a quarter that's
Or-
gonna have Maya Angelou on it. Put it
or
like that.
25 or
First
20
woman and first black woman to be on
or the 25 cent.
last time I checked, I thought
A quarter was 25 cents.
right.
Yeah. So we proud to be on a quarter? Is that where we at?
Hey, yo, man.
I'm
Listen,
asking
man.
a question. I'm sorry.
Hey, yo, man. You know what?
You know they want us to fight, Banger. They say it's more interesting if we go at it.
I mean, basically, I figure it's just all of us going back. It's just us going back to our origin. We was already on the money. You saw Coming to America, so you know, like we already had our own money. There's money. There's plenty of presidents and plenty of African scholars and everything that's been over there in Africa. That's on their money and everything. So
But my point just being, what matters who's on what money when these niggas don't even know who they are?
we know who she is.
We're a dying generation. We got to talk about we got to keep that on for the younger generations and all of them for them. So that's things that they have to know about.
Yeah, I believe there's plenty of kids out there that know who she is.
I believe there
But
is.
there's plenty more that need to know.
Indeed. And that was my
Yeah.
point. So let's get into the proverb of the day. What's the date? 19th?
Is it the 19th or the 18th?
I think it's the 19th.
Well,
It's the
check the date
19th.
for me.
It's the
All right.
19th.
All right. Y'all ready?
Yes, indeed.
The 29 verses.
It's the
chapter
19th.
19. Yeah, Proverbs chapter 19, 29 verses. Better is the poor who walks in his integrity than one who is perverse in his lips and is a fool. Also, it is not good for a soul to be without knowledge, and he sins who hastens with his feet. The foolishness of a man twists his way, and his heart frets against the Lord. Wealth makes many friends, but the poor is separated from his friend. A false witness will not go unpunished, and he who speaks lies will not escape. Many entreat the favor of the nobility, and every man is a friend to one who gives gifts. All the brothers of the poor hate him. How much more do his friends go far from him? He may pursue them with words, yet they abandon him. He who gets wisdom loves his own soul. He who keeps understanding will find good. A false witness will not go unpunished, and he who speaks lies shall perish. Luxury is not fitting for a fool, much less for a servant to rule over princes. The discretion of a man makes him slow to anger, and his glory is to overlook a transgression. The king's wrath is like the roaring of a lion, but his favor is like dew on the grass. A foolish son is the ruin of his father, and the contentions of a wife are a continual dripping. Houses and riches are an inheritance from fathers, but a prudent wife is from the Lord. Laziness casts one into a deep sleep, and an idle person will suffer hunger. He who keeps the commandment keeps his soul, but he who is careless of his ways will die. He who has pity on the poor lends to the Lord, and he will pay back what he has given. Chasten your son while there is hope, and do not set your heart on his destruction. A man of great wrath will suffer punishment, for if you rescue him, you will have to do it again. Listen to counsel and receive instruction, that you may be wise in your latter days. There are many plans in a man's heart, nevertheless the Lord's counsel that will stand. What is desired in a man is kindness, and a poor man is better than a liar. The fear of the Lord leads to life, and he who has it will abide in satisfaction. He will not be visited with evil. A lazy man buries his hand in the bowl and will not so much as bring it to his mouth again. Strike a scoffer, and the simple will become wary. Rebuke one who has understanding, and he will discern knowledge. He who mistreats his father and chases away his mother is a son who causes shame and brings reproach. Cease listening to instruction, my son, and you will stray from the words of knowledge. A disreputable witness scorns justice, and the mouth of the wicked devours iniquity. Judgments are prepared for scoffers, and beatings for the backs of fools. This is a reading unto the Lord. Thanks be to the word of God. Amen.
Amen. Right, just sit back, take a support, listen to the lessons.
Yeah, man, the Proverbs are deep, man. A lot of times, bro, I read the proverb of the day, I be like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Like, I be like, oh, man. Like, you know, so it definitely helps.
Heavy, bro. Heavy. It definitely it is start. I'm glad that I get it at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. If I got that in the beginning of my day.
The mainest thing I heard from that thing was a man would die because of his ways or something like that. Hello?
Book. He bringing the book back. He bringing the book back.
Yeah, give me a second, brother.
I'm trying to put this joint on my computer, man. All right. See you guys.
What happened? What you got there? Oh, you got things popping. Yeah, once you go in there, things start moving. They want them Pat Porters. They want them Pat Porters.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Verse 9. Is this it? Verse 9. A false witness will not go unpunished, and he who speaks lies shall perish.
No, I can't.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
And him who speak lies shall perish.
Yes. That's one. Is that the one you were talking about, Pop?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
That's 9. That's 9. And then verse 16 says, he who keeps the commandment keeps his soul, but he who is careless of his ways will die.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one. Who he is careless. Okay. Damn, like how do y'all feel about that one? That right there. Careless of your ways will die.
Yo, that's deep, and that hit home for me in more ways than one.
I think his description is just one way, because it's either you do this or you die.
No, but you gotta don't
thou shalt listen or he dies.
Yeah, don't dig too deep into you know what I mean? Yeah, it's,
but you know,
yeah.
You know me, I'm going like, damn, who said this again? This is the Lord. This nigga telling me, listen, bro, if you don't just listen to everything I say, and
this is
like you gonna die.
Yeah, this is not.
Like,
I don't think this is.
Don't say nothing, but you gonna die. I'm not telling you not to listen to me. I'm not telling you not to walk my path, but you gonna die.
It's like a parent telling the kid, like, "Yo, don't touch that, fam.
You're gonna die." And what's crazy is one thing that we know in life that's going to happen is we're gonna die. Mm-hmm. So you're not telling me if I, no disrespect, if I follow that path, right, I'm still gonna die. I'm just saying it just to go into the technical. You're gonna. I hear it.
But he who is careless of his ways will die. Like, I take that part as you don't pay attention.
That's one of the illest verses I ever heard.
Yeah, you don't pay attention to what you're doing, man. You don't watch
Still
it when
right
you
there.
going. You know what I'm
So
saying? Like
back to
you
we
could
was
really.
having this argument, man,
Oh,
about your man Martin. I forgot what we was talking about. I'm brain all over the place. Oh yeah, we were saying the difference between Malcolm and Martin.
Yeah, you were saying that Malcolm was more holy when it came to vows, as in things that he was supposed to follow, like his
Yeah,
marriage, his like once Malcolm got into it, Malcolm was
was
into
there
it. It was
for
no,
real. Like it wasn't no,
and
you know what I mean?
and who we say was the goody two shoes, who was Martin Luther King, because he played the don't hit back, but in reality, he didn't practice everything he preached.
Yes, that's the and I mean everybody's human, and I understand that.
But that's the picture they want you to look at. That's how they want you to look at it. In
Look at
reality,
yeah.
like we were saying, in reality, I'm not going with that. Like, to me, Dr. Martin Luther King, it was a speaker,
Mm-hmm.
not even a politician.
It was more of politics for black people though. That's how I felt. Like you
Yeah,
understand what I mean? Like
but
that's how it was.
so I don't think he had anything that came with that title. That's not like he was a priest, a pastor, a reverend. I didn't give him that title when it came to, even though he did preach in a church with, but what he was famous for was him going around the world making sure things were changed, like rights was changed, how the bus situation and all of the things that that he put into effect, and he walked through it. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
So
what they are lucky is he just so happened to be the son of a pastor. You understand what I mean?
that's what I'm
But
saying.
they're just so happy. But the spirit and the determination is just with him. He just so happened to walk in that path because I got to follow my father. But if it was the other way, if he had the same mindset as Malcolm, I think he would have been more dangerous. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, but him and Malcolm was getting together.
Yeah. But
And then,
he more followed the ways because this is how I was brought up, so you can't, you know what I mean? But I still don't like what I see, so I'm gonna stand up for it.
but like we were saying, because my father was a pastor and a reverend, does that make me a pastor and a reverend? I still have to go through those, even though that nigga went through school, like he was an honor student in Atlanta. So we can't even ask that question because he probably didn't pass the shit that he needed to. But so it did classify him as it. So all right.
Yeah. But it's the same thing. Remember what Hogg was saying, like how his father wanted him to.
Yeah, even bigger.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It's not really his. You know what I mean? So, but all right, see you later. But once you take on that responsibility, it's like,
But it's foul how they send the wife. They couldn't do the job, so they put it in the wife's hands. That's why they send it to her.
That's
the whole thing. Like, in the court of law, ain't none of that bullshit gonna stand up. Regardless, you can tarnish my character.
Yeah,
we can still rebuild that, and I still have relationships.
But what did the wife say? Like after she found out, what was her reaction? I'm not. Did she come out publicly and say anything? What was her reaction after she found out? After she got the tapes?
Bro, that looked like the strongest black woman in the world. I ain't never heard her say nothing.
Okay, that's how you're supposed to do it.
She went on a couple trips with him after that, but that wasn't just about it. After that, you taking the family, nigga. Everybody going. What they sent you out there doing? Oh no.
Yeah.
Now she up front and center.
Yeah, damn. I wonder if you see it with women, you can't really come out. What if he would have been like, listen, babe, when I'm on the road, not that I don't love you, but I need, what I mean? I might be having to get some of this, you know what I mean? It's not that I don't love you. Just keep it real. You think she would have? You remember who I am now.
It's not even like that. It's like this. Martin and her been together since high school, right?
Oh,
they
word?
4
Damn.
children in. They 4 children in deep. I got caught up in the wrath,
Yeah,
You know what it is?
yeah. Damn, man.
And
No
look,
matter what, them niggas will
no
always find out
disrespect.
your
I'm gonna go
weakness.
back to this.
Mhm.
What happened to Bill
Bill who? Cosby?
Clinton?
Bill Clinton? Nothing happened. I mean, what do you mean
And
what
nothing
happened?
should happen to nobody. The man
No,
got
well.
the man got
No,
head
no.
in the
He
building.
was publicly humiliated.
Hey, just publicly humiliate
Yeah.
me. That man got head in the building by what?
Okay. The intern.
And left something on a dress while smoking. Come on,
And then lied
dude.
about it. And then lied about it.
Fuck the lie. What Hillary did.
She had to stand there because you know it's a you know what I mean? It's
Hillary.
all
They made Hillary stand up and then let Trump come in and bounce and take her role.
that niggas is crazy.
They disrespected Hillary. Then they got her in this Don't Look Up movie. They're gonna never they portraying her again. They did Hillary.
Yeah.
Look how they do Hillary.
Yeah.
What Bill
That's why
got?
you gotta have a bad joint. Like I don't know who the fuck wanna. Yeah, that nigga was looking at her like, yo, what the fuck? I gotta sleep with this shit tonight. Fuck.
It wasn't even that. He was caught up in the moment. Probably had the speech of his life.
And she probably, you know what?
Just
You know
wasn't
what?
around.
I think Monica Lewinsky was probably the predator in that joint. She probably seen like, yo, I could get to the president. Oh, this nigga, you know, you start to be friendly. He's young. You know what I mean?
She the predator. She has to be the predator.
Yo, she like, yeah,
Ain't no way he gonna put his job on the line. She has to be the predator. She
line for that,
go across the line.
Yeah, all she was doing was probably testing that nigga out a couple of times. Like, oh, okay, I can get away with this. Okay, wow.
She whipped him out and licked the head beat. Yo, stop it. You know who I am. Then she gave Bill a good blood, and it was over. That nigga was going, fuck it. Hillary knows. Hillary knows.
She probably was right. Yeah, that shit is crazy.
They really sweep that under the rug. That only fucking affect you if you black and in position. You smoke crack.
What black political figure had to go through some shit like that with the cheating?
With cheating?
Besides Martin.
We not gonna put people's business in the street.
No, I'm just saying, you know, not. I mean, like public figures.
They killed Tiger for that shit.
Tiger.
They killed Tiger.
Tiger was a sucker because he want to come out and say, oh, you know what I mean? Try to be this. I don't know. It's when you try to make yourself into this, you know, good Samaritan. That's when it fucking hurts. If you come out and be like, listen,
yo, bro, why
like, fuck it. I had
to wear my shirt or my face with my shirt guard.
Yo, when you come out as a good Samaritan and then you call yourself marrying some white women.
Oh yeah, it's a wrap.
That's when they gonna be on your ass.
Yeah, it's
like,
a wrap.
Basically, obviously and apparently, like you not only dominated one of their favorite sports.
Yeah,
like you not only dominated one of their favorite sports, but now you went and you married a white woman at that, or you didn't went too far, Negro. You know, and you up here showing your ass too. Like he pissed somebody off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe.
They will always find a way to know your weakness and know how and when to exploit it. So that's why, you gotta when you living in the moment, you got all that money and you know what I mean. Like, I'm doing what I do. Just know when these niggas ready. Or the best thing I would have come like, fuck it. So, and I did it. That's me between me and my wife. I ain't out here saying I'm perfect. Nigga, I'm a golfer.
Yeah, I believe it goes to like, they pull up on them to do something, they ain't with it, and that's when they release the information. They give them a shot first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They give him a shot first.
Yeah.
But he obviously pissed somebody off, man.
Mm-hmm. Especially in nowadays, right? they have the capability, if they really want to get you, they have the capability to be like, oh, this motherfucker was looking at we found child pornography on his computer. They have the capability to put all that shit on your computer. You'd be like, but what? No, Your Honor, I never. Where's your computer? Look at you understand what I mean? Like, there's no way. So you just gotta, I don't know. When you owe these motherfuckers, it's over.
Yeah, man.
It's over, man.
Listen.
That's why you seen the documentary with was it Epstein or something like that? Ain't it no one on him?
It's two.
Yeah,
It's both of them. Him and his pal. They both had islands. Y'all know what's
Yeah,
up.
I ain't see it.
It's on Netflix. You seen it? It just looked the same.
He says,
They got the chick right now. She on trial right now
yeah.
for one of them joints. She was the one that was bringing the joints over there. She was leading them over there like pieces of candy, bringing them to the island, you know, having little superstars over there. Y'all know, as soon as somebody started talking about that, they got rid of him.
Yeah.
I
heard he had too much information on everybody. Like,
too much.
They said everybody been to that island.
Everybody and their cousin. Some of them was born there.
But you remember Chris Hansen used to do that Don't Catch a Predator, right?
Yeah.
Remember that show? He did one where they went to the Philippines, my nigga. This episode, they went to the Philippines. And the shit that I seen was so fucking disgusting, my nigga. You had doctors flying from here going over to the Philippines and sleeping with these girls at 11 years old, fam. That nigga Chris Hansen did a whole special on this shit. Where they was catching these niggas like, yo, ain't you a doctor? And but this shit was crazy. And it was interviewing some of the girls. They didn't even know how to speak English, but they, you know what I mean, they was trained to, you know what I'm saying? I was like, wow.
You know what was crazy, bro?
Yeah.
We talking about it like these guys are predators. These guys are preyed upon.
Preyed upon.
Listen,
nah, but you got it. You know what you know. You know right from wrong.
Upon. No,
you know
these
right from wrong.
Is the ones they know. I'm not saying they don't know right from wrong. Yeah, they wrong.
Entrapment.
Absolutely. No, they wrong. But the parents are bringing these kids to them.
Yeah, but still, you know, like, yo, I don't give a fuck what the parents is doing.
Yo,
you know,
listen.
Not to.
I hear what you're saying. Where that was at. I don't know where that was at. With Chris Hansen.
I was in the Philippines.
But we talking about what these niggas is doing. They taking you to an island where this is where you can kind of get away with this type of shit, right? Then they're having your parents send you over there, sign contract. These niggas, this is an agreement.
For money. Yeah.
An agreement, like this has been going on for years. Where it's, they're
not. Yeah, this shit is not. But they're not preyed upon. The kids are preyed upon. Them niggas is just. You understand what I mean? I'm not supposed to
say the kids is preyed upon. No. Once you get with one of them corruptors, like we always said, he sits you in the front seat of his jet, and that's the first place he take you to the island.
I'll be like, nah, fam, I ain't doing this.
But it's still you walked with it with the corruptor. How many corruptors?
You feel like, nah, I'm good, fam.
That man got his own boat, his own jet. He flying them in. He bringing them in by sea.
Nah, that shit ain't right. It's the same thing in the music industry with some of these niggas getting these contracts. Yo, we going blah blah blah. They fly you out. This party ain't right, fam. This party ain't right, fam.
Pop. Yo, Pop, I've been saying that for years.
Yeah, this party ain't right.
I've been saying that for the longest, man. And niggas make it seem like, oh, yo, you know how. Yo, I've been telling niggas for the longest their favorite rapper was into some other ish. They didn't want to believe it. You had niggas all kissing on the couch on 106 in Park, all types of crazy. Yeah, you had all types of stuff going on, B.
Money,
everybody turned a blind eye to it, like nobody saw nothing, like nothing happened, like y'all niggas is bugged out, B.
Niggas said ARs be looking at videos like that's my bitch.
Wow. Damn. Like, oh, I'm gonna get him.
Nigga dress these niggas up in some
and they preying on the kids, my niggas. They preying on the kids.
Put them niggas right out there. Be like, who he signed to? Oh, that's my bitch. And that's how it go down.
Wow.
It's a
Wow.
new day and age.
They preying
Um,
upon these
Then
kids,
you're gonna
man.
meet the corruptor, and where the corruptor flying you?
To the island.
To the island. They played! They played! You see them niggas.
Oh, Fantasy Island. That's that nigga from Fantasy Island. That's who Epstein was. Word to mommy. Cause there's nothing else that we didn't have coming up that's remotely close to some shit like that we living right now, other than that Fantasy Island shit.
Oh, shit.
And
Yeah,
Word to
that's-
mommy.
And whatever kind of nigga keep a midget by him, a better
Word to mommy. Word to mommy. That was the hypnosis shit back then. The little midget nigga was the kids.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
that-
shit. They was
Yo,
selling
dude.
niggas back. Oh wow.
Hey, yo, do the knowledge. Yo, do the knowledge, man. Yo, this shit is deep, man.
They was
Yo,
doing
this shit is
shit.
deep. Yo,
They had
don't
the
wanna
midget
hear about
on,
it.
man.
Yo, yo, hey, yo, B.
That's
Hey,
wild.
yo, listen. Yo, I don't know how much longer they. Hey, yo,
big head midget. They play.
you had Fantasy Island and you had Gilligan's Island with all the rich folks on it. All
Oh,
types
wow.
of people was on the island. You feel me? Do the knowledge to them two joints, B.
Yo,
Yeah, that makes sense. Because
Wow.
V, we already talked about V with the reptilians and the aliens and all that. We know that's real. So you know this Fantasy Island shit is real.
oh
Wow.
man, that's exactly where they landed. And as soon as
Wow.
they get to Fantasy Island, they can get whatever they want. All they got to do is turn over one.
Wow. And movies like the Hunger Games, I know they got shit like that real weird. And they got motherfuckers, you know, they watching motherfuckers battling and killing each other.
Yeah, oh yeah, they definitely got some place like that. Right now as we speak, they got somebody fighting for their life. A Wall Street businessman, some shit. Like you know what I mean? He didn't got himself involved in the Hunger
Wow.
Games.
That's not right though, because he not
Uh-huh.
trained for that lifestyle. See,
He'll
Hunger
be
Games.
all right.
He'll be all right. What if he one of us? What if they making us to try and make another gladiator out there? Then what they gonna do?
Yeah, right.
Ah,
He'll
what
be
a-
all right.
Nah, bro. I ain't trying to take no vacation and I end up in no goddamn freezer.
Yeah, that's why we gotta watch where we going and who we around.
We the plane. We gonna end up Dexter. Yo, you want to talk about the motherfucking plane? B.A. Baraka show ass. Throw that nigga in the
Oh,
goddamn
man.
plane. Get him over there. Now when he wake up, you see some real. Oh my motherfucking god. Shit real.
Oh man.
And you know this is what's crazy. Because they always gonna take a nigga. It don't matter what you are, how trained you believe you are. They're gonna put you in the worst case scenario. Nigga got that's like a nigga be having dreams. And I used to say all the times where I be hating my dreams. Because my dreams is like a humbling moment. Because it's always a situation where it's like I'm at odds with everybody, like almost like a matrix, and everybody else is Mr. Smith. So I think that I'm smart enough to play it cool and to where I can get to where I want to get. So then I can just turn around. And as soon as I turn around, like I want the rest, give you the remote.
Yeah. Nah, I feel you.
So I'm like, I'm in a position where everybody is like against me. So now I'm like, all right, I gotta be humble until I can get to this big ass gun that I'm gonna turn around on everybody. Fuck them all. Ah! But in this dream, every place you go, the guns is not there. It's like somebody new. You
You
look
already
here.
knew not to have the guns there.
You look here. Guns not there. Damn. Gotta be a calm. Now I'm gonna go all the way up there. Come all the way. Nigga, dude, my whole dream is me walking through Mr. Smith's trying to find my way just to where I got my power. Now it's cool. Now let's go. All of you. Let's go. Then as soon as the nigga wake up, you look around you. Oh, so you motherfuckers against me? I don't know what I'm gonna do today. Neo. Gotta get out of the matrix.
Yeah, man. I know the feeling.
My son just run up in the middle of me talking. That nigga gonna pull out his little Nerf gun, talk about where the remote.
Oh.
Where the remote.
He ran down on you.
But what's funny is they keep letting this little nigga get loose for too long. I go in the kitchen, I look. This nigga got the little bullets there. He done loaded the shit up and all that. He got the gun sitting in the clothes. Oh, so you think he having the same dreams? He gonna get the gun.
Oh, he hiding the joint. He hiding the joint.
He gonna get the gun from the kitchen, and it's already loaded with Nerf joints. So now he just gotta turn around and let it go. So I guess I fucked up his dream. I moved the bullets in the gun.
Oh, you messed it up. Yep.
I ain't messing up. He came with a new joint, but he ain't had a gun. He had no bullets in that joint. I can see right away. I see no Nerf bullets in there.
Oh.
That man gonna shoot you and then ask you, do it hurt? Shoot you, go pow. Yo, daddy, did that hurt? No, they ain't hurt. All right. And then come back. Pow again. Did that hurt? Oh, nigga, you looking for a spot where it hurt? I got you.
Yeah, he looking.
Oh, bad motherfucker.
Yeah, he looking to see where your weak spots are.
I have no weak spots. I have no weak spots, you little nigga. I am trained for this. He come in and fuck shit up. That's his job. But what's good?
Yeah, everything is good, B.
Back to the topic at hand, man. I feel like really anytime it comes down to our black men getting in position where these niggas are actually, well, what's the man, J. Edgar Hoover? He said it himself. He believed that these guys was going to be the next black messiahs. And I done heard that come out of that man's mouth a couple of times when the United States / FBI and everybody else is targeting somebody because they believe that they can gather up the masses. Fred Hampton, same solution with him, right?
They murdered him, right?
They murdered them all.
Same joint while he was asleep.
But no, it ain't even why he was asleep. They got his man to drug him.
His so-called man.
Well, we know it wasn't his man. That nigga killed himself later.
Oh, like Judas did.
Yeah, I ain't see the documentary on him. He killed himself later.
Yeah.
But how do you live with that? You knowing you the one that manipulated the whole system, and you know what they, in reality, what did they get you to do that for? Because you got caught with a fake badge impersonating an officer.
Oh.
Because you was a car thief.
Niggas be suckers, man. All you have to do, even if you in that, even if you in that situation, you gotta be like, yo, fam, these niggas got me doing da da da. So we gonna put an okie doke on these niggas. This is what we gonna do. You understand what I mean? I don't know.
Nigga, you took down a black leader.
Oh man.
A fucking, because you didn't want to go to jail for a robbery.
No, it ain't that. They came to him with that money. They came to him with that money too. Like, yo,
they wasn't giving that nigga no money.
They was getting him. Yeah, that nigga was getting paid.
He found out that his information
no
was
real
valuable.
Money.
And what was it?
Even if he was, it wasn't no money worth it.
He was getting that nigga that little check and feeding him a steak. That's why you thought he was getting
that
money.
nigga was getting paid.
Yeah, it wasn't no real money.
He was getting money. That's why
At
he ain't
the-
need to rob no more.
You didn't see the documentary. He might have got 100,000, bro, at the end of that joint. And that's
And
what- and that's-
imagine that
and
money
that's
at that
with a-
time though.
And that's like with a car, and that's like with a car dealership. Like, so they gave him, I guess he got a car dealership or something. So that all equivalated to that. But in reality, that man ain't getting no money. He killed himself. He couldn't live with himself.
He killed himself.
He put that thing in his
No, what
own brain, nigga.
All
Yeah,
of
I
that
mean,
shit
after the
didn't
fact,
mean
what I'm
nothing.
saying-
he still killed himself.
I'm saying while he was going through all that, he was getting money. Every time
You
he met
ain't
with the
getting
nigga,
no-
he was getting money.
You keep saying you keep missing the picture, brother. What money was he getting? He wasn't getting no money. He was
getting
his
paid.
own-
He was employed by them niggas. He was an informant, and they was giving him
My
money
nigga,
envelopes
do you see?
for information. Every time you
You
brought
see
information,
Donnie
it was-
Brasco and all these niggas, you bring down the head mafia family and you get a check for $2,000. You ain't getting no money. That's a month worth of work. That's all they paid you 48 hours. That niggas gave you a month worth of work, bro. That's all they did. You ain't no money. You went to work. He was a regular dude. That nigga probably getting $130. He's getting rent.
nah, that nigga ain't get no
Enough to
fucking
roll with-
$130.
He was getting rent and enough to roll with the crew. That's why he had to still be out there looking like he was shot and shiving. Whatever you want to say, shiving,
Shucking and jiving.
sucking and jiving, sucker nigga, man. That's what they look at you like. You are a
That's crazy.
plant. And them broad, and they knew it. That's what it be funny. Like, you sometimes you got to follow your intuition. You got to, you know when you see them plants. Them niggas knew that they was plants, bro.
Yeah, I don't trust anything, man. Fuck that. Especially when you. That's crazy.
Nigga walked into the top gang in Detroit. Told them niggas he just wanted to speak. B, we need to get together.
Oh, you talking about Fred Hampton?
Yeah, they're like the power these niggas had, bro. That's why them niggas, that's why they was on their head, bro. They don't want that. If you see that, who you gonna join?
Yeah.
You seeing all this Black Lives Matter, and then
All
you
this
see
whack
this
shit.
big black nigga know what? He got 1,000 niggas behind him, 2 million niggas behind him walking. They ain't got no shits given. These niggas got pumps too. With little K goes, bro. It's not a game.
Yeah.
Who you going with? You like, hold up, bro. My people. You see these niggas like heroes.
Yeah, them niggas seen that like,
You coming through a town that
we gotta take these niggas down.
they did. And they just showing pieces of their stories now, how they knocked off each and every one of them. Now they're broadcasting, they had this joint, they show you everything that goes on when none of these people is around.
Yeah, it just so happened, right? The nigga, my mentor, he was, cause he seen one of my paintings about with Angela Davis. So he was like, yeah, he was in the hotel that day working on something when they came and got her. I forgot, it was somewhere I guess it was in California, but he said, yo, that shit was crazy. He said, all you seen was all these cops and a whole, like, these motherfuckers, yeah, like they came to get Pablo Escobar or something.
Again, for Angela Davis, yo, I guess that was it back in the days, bro.
Like when they came, yeah.
Them niggas start to talk and they get too many. We going at them. FBI against D-Banger. Fuck that shit. FBI against Landlord. Fuck that shit. FBI against Papo. We going at them. That's how they played. Niggas start a case for anything. And then D-Banger said in the second, yo, he said this, that, and the third. We gonna get him with the tender joints, B. We gonna have a joint on one of these apps.
Yup, for real. You know what I mean? You see joints start to DM you, hey, how you doing,
That's
boo?
why.
You know what I mean? You over there like, oh shit, like, oh man, this joint bad right here. You know what I mean?
That's why I'm getting
like,
hitched.
You're like, oh,
that's why I'm
man.
getting hitched ASAP.
Congratulations, my brother.
Yeah, thank you. That's why I'm getting hitched ASAP. I'm like, nah, I'm not with it.
Like,
I'm not.
how you
with it,
going?
B.
How you gonna turn down some buns? Be like some joints that you some model joint. Like, you understand what I
Nah,
mean? And nigga be
man.
like, damn, this joint right here. You be like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a test just to see.
Man, that
You
test
know what I
right there
mean?
would
Like,
be the
yo,
last test of your life.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna
Well,
try just to see. You know what I mean? You know, hit it about 3 or 4 times. It
look,
be
that's
the
look. See, that's exactly what they
that's a,
want. They got him. They
yo, they
already
got
made this
you.
man thinking the double back. He had
Yeah.
you on
Oh,
3,
man.
4 times. Yep.
Nah,
Now
but
they
Yeah.
done
see,
learned
that's
where
why.
he lived, how to take down the organization,
Yup.
what's it, everything. And he told us. They've been doing this shit since Sunshine, nigga.
Yup.
That
It
shit
should be
is
crazy.
bananas.
Even did you see the movie with the what's the nigga? It's a mob movie. It's damn, what's the mobster name? Oh shit.
A real mother.
Lansky. Yeah, Lansky. Was it Maya
He was
Lansky?
Jewish, dude. He was Jewish. Maya Lansky.
Maya Lansky, but you know, it did
Yeah,
a movie
he was
about him.
connected.
Yeah,
He was connected to Al
yeah,
Capone. He was connected to all them dudes.
yeah. So, but
Back
they
then,
did a
yeah.
movie on him. They did a movie on him where he's telling his story to an author, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So the
he was a
nigga,
Jewish
and all they're
mobster.
trying to do is get him, the FBI, all they're trying to do is get him because he got some money somewhere where it's not being accounted for. So they need information where this money is because he legit now. You know what I mean? They can't get him for anything like, you know, money laundering whatsoever. So the nigga that's writing the book, he give the nigga access to his story, blah, blah,
Mhm.
blah. So the FBI get on to the nigga like, yo, we know you writing a book. All we trying to do is get some information, get him to say this, da, 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 da. You know what I mean? So the
Yeah.
nigga Maya Lansky told him like, listen, don't fuck me. If you fuck me, it's not, you know what I mean? He
Uh-huh.
told the nigga, he told it. So how they get the nigga, how they get
Maya
nigga
Angelou.
nah, but listen, they bring a girl. They bring a girl. The bitch is living in the same complex where the niggas writing the book, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He chilling in the pool, she come over there like, hey, you know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah.
What
So
you
she
doing,
going
Maya?
back, yeah, so no, to the writer. So she getting information from the writer, giving it back to the FBI. It was crazy.
Wow, they
This
couldn't
is
get
yeah.
the writer to do it.
But yeah,
So what
Yeah,
they
they
did
double
is they
crossed
went,
put
that
the
they
nigga.
girl,
met.
and then yeah, what you writing the book on? Yeah, he telling her like he telling her like yeah, you know, I'm writing a book on a
They get
gangster mob, blah 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 blah, and nigga, yeah,
but what's whack
tell this
is
nigga say this
what's
or ask him
whack
this.
is no, that's what she was told to do, how she did it. So now he all turned out in the town. He done lost the project of his life. He done got the fucking
Yeah,
FBI now all down
yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
motherfucker back. Why?
Yup. But the movie is so crazy. But the nigga Lansky already knew the nigga was talking to that, but he knew he couldn't. They didn't have anything on him, so he had his niggas watching this nigga too. So he found out everything. You know what I mean? But he said, I spared your life because I like you. You understand what I mean? I seen you was determined. But you know what I mean? I know what's going on. These niggas can't get
Yeah,
anything from me.
that's what he said.
That's
Nigga, I
yeah,
gave
yeah,
you a story. Forget my
yeah,
story. Now you go tell your story or your
yeah,
engagements with Maya.
yeah,
And you already got yourself a movie now.
yeah,
You ain't got to worry about how I came out about it.
yeah.
You know, when you came across me and I had this information, your ass almost slipped up and you got your shit
Oh,
fucked up because I
Yup,
told you, don't
yup.
get this information out. You let that little bartender, whoever she
Well, she
was,
was, yeah, and he was warning the nigga like, yeah, you know what I mean? Don't
shut
be
up, nigga.
careful, yeah, be careful what, you know what I mean? He said he warned all, and the nigga went and fell right into that trap. He lucky he didn't get his head blown off.
I wouldn't even leave that fucking area. Fuck that. Everything is a trap.
You know what I mean?
Just think about it. You got people coming at you from every. These is the FBI. So when they say they plans, they are official plans. These niggas they'll marry you.
For real.
They'll marry you, bro.
Yup.
Motherfucker turn around and you found out you married to an agent that's investigating you.
You
This
so yeah, that shit's
motherfucker
crazy.
got a kid by you and all that. You like, what the fuck is going on? This is crazy. They really
I
want
was
a
just
nigga
playing.
around.
I was just playing the part, man. That shit
They
is
gonna have
crazy.
a movie coming out. These motherfuckers is crazy, man. Listen. Don't let them do it, bro. This shit is crazy, man. You see how they come at everybody. We just went from Martin Luther King, Billie Holiday, Fred Hampton, Maya Angelou. Who like? Come on, does the list? How long does the list go?
Yep.
We know. And when you are public enemy number one,
One.
they are covered, and they don't care what it is. Nigga, toenail messed up. Yo, we gonna get that nigga, man.
Fuck around. That's why I don't even the doctors, nigga.
We gonna get the person that gives him the fungus for the toe. We gonna get them to get a relationship. She gonna find out, get pictures, this, that, and the third. We gonna find out about the organization. Everything, bro. You can't never slip up. Your kid can have a defect, no disrespect, or an illness. They use that
against you.
Anything in the world. These niggas is creeps, bro.
Yeah. Yo. And don't let the CIA get on your ass. That's a whole nother. You think the FBI?
I thought that's who they were. Yeah,
nah,
man.
They their cousins.
The CIA on your ass.
No, I'm saying the CIA.
Nah, you don't want the CIA.
If the CIA on you, you really in trouble because they can't even operate on U.S. soil. So if they come after you, you know you done got involved in some shit.
What you mean they can't operate on U.S. soil?
The CIA, they not able to operate on.
Yeah, they are.
So
yes, they are. They're central. They can do anything.
Central intelligence. Well, yeah,
they can do anything.
Yeah, but
the
it's
FBI the FBI.
They not able to do it. I'm saying, it's like levels of the government. So one needs connections with the other kind of thing. So they not able to do it without being in connection with like the feds or something, basically. Everyone has to be coordinated.
I think the
CIA has the case on you, bro. They won't even tell the feds. Fuck the feds.
They don't need.
They can do whatever they have to do for their case.
Yeah.
Damn.
They'll fucking. They'll be.
That's how it go.
They'll be your boss at your job, nigga. Them niggas will hire you. You understand what I mean? For real. You be like, oh man, I just got a new job. Them niggas for real.
Them niggas coming after you for federal shit. All that CIA coming after you just for world shit, I guess.
Yeah. If you a terrorist and shit like that.
Not even a terrorist. Get yourself some Frank Lucas status or something. That's when the CIA nigga coming after you.
Oh yeah.
That's what they want you. You going from one country to another. You got connections and tied. When you just too big for one place.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was probably definitely involved in his case, like you said. Yeah.
That's right. That's who they say was helping Rick Ross, the CIA.
Wow.
Not
they was helping him?
Yeah, nigga, they was the ones bringing in.
They was bringing in the drugs. That's a fact. That's a
Rick
fact.
Ross?
Yeah, nigga.
And that's who's in the Yeah.
That's the CIA.
Why was they helping?
That's who they.
Nigga, because that's how the world needed to make money at that time.
It wasn't that they was helping him, my nigga. He was working for them, basically. They wasn't helping him.
He said this?
That's what it was.
Yeah, that's a fact, bro. The CIA brought the drugs into the country. That's a fact.
Wow.
They couldn't get the drugs into the country without the CIA. That's all I was saying before about them being out the country.
Why do they have to? Hold up. Why do they have to sneak it and bring it and trust these niggas with it? You just fly it over yourself. You control the government.
Who?
Why not just? You know what I mean? Why they need him?
The CIA, nigga. What are you talking about?
Oh,
the CIA is all over the world. The CIA, bro. The CIA is the one. The CIA, right?
It's the niggas that's in Israel.
The CIA is the one
with the nigga that's chopping the dope.
The CIA is the one that will bring. They'll go to the militia group in your country and they'll fund them. They'll give them the money. They'll give them the guns, and then they'll have them take out the reigning government, and then they'll be able to put their puppet
inside. Oh wow.
Economic hitmen. That's what they called. Basically, that's how they operate all around the world. They go around the world and they start these different wars within the country, and then they take over the government, and then they put in their person. I mean, and it all goes back to America. You understand what I'm saying to you? But that's what they do. That's what I was saying before about them operating on U.S. soil. Basically, not like they're not allowed to, but at the end of the day, like they main thing, you get what I'm saying? Is out
Yeah,
of the
yeah, yeah.
country, basically.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? The feds control this whole domain for the most part. So, like we saying, if the CIA is involved in any part of your case of life, it's quiet. The feds, let alone, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, yeah, man. But that's basically economic hitmen, man. They
Wow.
start wars. They taking over countries. They doing all of that, man. I mean, if you noticed not too long ago, if you paid attention, there was like 5. Don't quote me though, right? But that what was there, like 5 to 7 good leaders, black leaders that died like simultaneously. That was like a version of like the CIA right there, basically. You had the president that got assassinated in Haiti. Who was involved in that shit? Who puppeteered that, my nigga? That was some CIA shit right there.
Chill. We like our lights. We can't implicate
Now
everybody. No,
y'all
I
don't
just
want
said we like our lights. I want to see my nigga lights just turn off
Turn
this
off.
episode. Be like, the fuck D Banger go? Bloop, bloop, bloop. Who did it? You can't be blaming it. Don't blame them niggas for nothing. Just say I heard.
I heard.
Point out another nigga YouTube. Don't do nothing about. You heard this on YouTube. Don't do that. Them niggas will turn the lights off.
For real.
You ain't see Snowfall.
Nah, I ain't see that.
Go watch Snowfall. That's what you got to do.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about when I was saying that they put it in that show. Yeah, they put it in Snowfall.
No, I was telling him go watch that because that's how they do you. They turn your lights out. See that reporter? She the last one to get her lights turned down. She wanted to talk a lot. Man went to the bar, drunk with her, told her his story. And after that, you think that story gonna get aired? You the last person that's ever gonna hear that.
That's
Knocked her right off. Then
Boop, boop, boop.
Yo, but it's for real. Like you keep thinking you gonna. I understand. I hear you. Now, if I'm here, I'm dangerous. I got a boss and another boss that all are dangerous. What you think is gonna happen? They gonna let you just tell your side of the story? Gonna take your ass out. You motherfuckers keep trying to be these freedom riders, want to tell what the story is. and it's important when you go, I heard that, that's what I think was going on. Ain't no reporter on the news trying to let you, once it gets to a certain extent, then that's today's news. I'm not taking this shit home with me. Nah. The ones that take that shit home, you be on jets going to different countries trying to figure this out, this, that. Yep, that's when you meet a CIA. Bloop, bloop. You'll fall and they toss you right in the sand, bro. Mind your goddamn business. Since this is grown man shit. Y'all niggas deal with that. You think y'all criminals. Watch how we work this world. It's bigger than Nino Brown, man.
Some shit.
And they show us that with Martin Luther King, with Malcolm X, and what's the crazy part, Fred, all these brothers, they got somebody else to do it.
The nigga right under you.
That's what's the crazy thing. And 9 out of 10 times it was your brother.
And that's why I think Messy Jesse knew something was going on. Martin was going to get hit that day.
Jesse had to know he was going to get hit. Jesse then over. Not only did Jesse peek to where the shooter looked like he was at, Jesse looked like, come on, man. I was close, man. Why you do it like that? He ain't look like, oh, he dead. He looked like, damn, man, I was too close. Like you knew what was going on that day. You just mad you got that close. Yeah. I ain't going to put that on Jesse, though. But Jesse, no. Jesse, you was there in those times. And you know if whoever did it, he know who got him to do it. And they came at you at some point.
Yeah, like, yo, nigga, this is what's going on. And I dare you to tell him. We gonna erase your whole family.
They ain't even got to dare you to tell them. Oh, that's all they got. I ain't gonna even. You making it sound like niggas got a lot of heart. It ain't even take. I'm gonna erase your whole family. They show you an act where you can disappear. Once they show you that act, once you can disappear, you already know what it is. Be original. How you feeling today about the situation we talk about on FBI versus MLK? How they come at a brother? You tuned in? You heard anything so far?
A little bit.
Well, give us your intake. How you feel about the situation?
I don't know, man. The way I take it in, it's like this just a message to people, you know? Particularly, you know who get picked on, you know who gets picked on, so we could pick on each other. That's how they do. They pick on us to make us pick on each other.
Oh, that's L right there though, because that is what happens too. It's like follow the leader. Once they pinpoint one of us in the news or say somebody done something, they know everybody else gonna jump on their ass. Yo, that is L though, too.
Character.
Yeah, look what they did with Chappelle. Oh, this nigga crazy. He gave him 50 million. He turned down 50 million. Everybody, yeah, that's a prime example. And he telling the world, like, yo, listen, man, they was on my body, man. I was going to work. They was talking crazy in the news about me at the same time. Right. He hopped on a plane, went to Africa. He didn't tell his wife where he was going.
Say that again. A nigga left work, got a plane, and went to Africa. That nigga didn't come to New York. That nigga didn't go to Detroit. That nigga didn't go to LA. He didn't go to Miami.
He said, I gotta go.
He didn't go. Yo, this nigga went to Africa.
And called his brother on the plane.
Going on at work.
Yo, fam, called his brother on the plane, my nigga. Like, come on. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you do that, my nigga, that's when you locked in. You like, okay, I'm out of here. And boom, and came back, and then now they made more bread than what they tried to stiff him for. Like,
it's not even about the bread. What happened at work when a nigga said, I'm going back to the motherland? He said, fuck this, fuck everything. I need to go find myself.
Nigga, they telling the world that you done lost your mind, that you this and that, and you showing up every day. Like, people looking at you like you crazy. You like, yeah, yo, this is bigger than, like you said earlier, man, this is bigger than Nino Brown. Like, what? They controlling everything. They really controlling the narrative. Forget a script and a show.
But it ain't like we seen a trinkle and like what was going on. So it just happened erupt. Like, it was like one day you went to, yo, the Chappelle show, that shit crazy, Chappelle. Next day you was like, yo, the nigga went to Africa. Like, it wasn't no.
Yeah, this was going on behind the scenes. Like, well, yeah.
What the fuck happened at work, bro?
Yeah.
What did this producer ask you at that Chappelle show? That nigga never went back to whatever that network was. That man been on Netflix since. What happened at that Chappelle show? Where it took my man, he said, tomorrow I'm going to Africa, y'all.
He heard what his father. He remember what his father told him.
He didn't even say that.
Remember what his father told him. The G told him, "Yo, B, if they come at you like this, you better get out of there."
What tribe
you go?
What tribe you joining? That nigga, I don't care, bro. I'm going.
Yeah.
That nigga got on his plane and went to Africa. You know how big that is, man? Niggas ain't see Chappelle. Niggas ain't see Chappelle for 5-6 years, bro. A nigga came back a different Chappelle, man. A nigga ain't got no jokes now. That nigga, all that shit watered down. He ain't got a joke. That nigga the Andrew Dice Clay comedy right now. That nigga's a cigarette and a blow and a punchline. Yeah. That nigga ain't got no jokes now. He just draining these niggas for this paper. Y'all niggas see me, I'm Chappelle. I'll make a face. You'll laugh. When he got Ashley Larry there, that shit gonna be crazy though if he do a show, because that's when them niggas bring the pain. Them niggas they know how to tune it up. But when they come down to Chappelle, I ain't gonna say that nigga that funny no more. So he a different Chappelle right now.
That shit ain't the same with Eddie Brother too.
Yeah, you need them stories, man. He need them stories. Charlie Murphy, man.
That's right.
You need Charlie. But if you know, but see, that's where you just you got to tuck in your pride. You know, you need them Charlie Murphy stories. Where you go if you ain't got Charlie Murphy?
To Africa.
This nigga's to Africa. go to Eddie. Eddie, I know you got some of the Murphy jokes, man. Because he got him from being around your ass.
Back to America.
So that's all he had to do, man. But it's just crazy. I don't know how you brothers feel, but I guess the dream is still out there. We a lot closer, I would believe. It'd be good to ask somebody that was around from that area. What would you believe about the dream right now? Do you believe we any closer to that dream, or are we still miles away from that dream? Because we are together, but we're together how?
Jew and Gentile.
He even went to space. You heard the little police trying after his voice. Woo! Like, shut up, nigga. We right behind you. I told you. You tuned in this episode, nigga. You going down. You niggas want to be your own therapist? I got a place for you niggas to think. I got a crowd for you. What's going on, fellas, man?
He said, all right, we're going to make it painless. He said, just pull out a chair and just sit there. Don't move.
We just coming back. Everything back in motion. We done ran about a little course. Tonight, we got the subjects popping again. We about to tune in, make sure next time we all got the homework done. D-Bang ain't know the task, so it wasn't a real, issue with him. I told Papa, I said he ain't going, even if we give it to him, he don't do homework. It felt like school.
I'm gonna make sure I get the homework done though, bro.
He don't do homework.
I have to be an active participant, So I'm gonna make sure that I do participate. I'm gonna make sure that I do.
We just getting back into the swing of things, so I'm gonna keep things short. Make sure everything on time and on point. Like I said, remember we on Spotify, we on Anchor, we on Google, we on Apple.
I got a question that just came to me.
Well, to ask me, don't be my question.
So basically, to veer back in the topic for a millisecond, like with the assassinations and everything that we talked about, and the leaders that have been assassinated, right, throughout the decades, right? Where are the leaders now? And is that why they're in the pockets how they are? Because they still exist, and you know what I mean. But is that why no one's really out in the forefront? How it used to be, basically. You think?
Well, I wouldn't say that, because I know there's a lot of leaders that's still out there. I've been put on to some. I don't know their name offhand, but it's some brothers out there that still preach a decent, a decent word. I ain't gonna, like I said, name them, because I don't know all of them. I know Yuri out there. He was deep last time I heard him. He definitely be speaking about something. I never was really a fan of. I can't say I'm not a fan of Farrakhan. Some issues, some things he say I listen to, some things he say I agree with, some things I might not agree with, but you know, it's a pick and choose which battles I guess he pick and choose. Other than that, I can't really name any offhand. You'll be more
I think that time has changed, though. I think just like everything changed, that even changed how that operates. So now,
That's where I was going.
because of all the trial and error, and people sitting back and watching other people trial and error, they done figured out, like, you can't look to one person. Like, it got to get to the point where it's enough people got it in them that it just sort of kind of like hot wax and it just cover everything up.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, as far as like a movement, instead of the individual.
The leader is you. Like,
yeah.
everybody that's looking, because through trial and error, everybody is looking to somebody to say, go left, go right, go up, go down. This is how it works. But there's so many people with so much information in all different areas, politics, this, that, the third. Like, and I heard it said before, because like I'm searching for a leader, right? Coming up. And like the song say it, like the leader is you. The leader is in you. You got to lead yourself in what you can see is the right direction. And in just doing that yourself, never mind a block full of people, just doing that yourself will change your whole circumference. Everybody in your circumference, they're going to see that energy and they're going to pick up on that energy. And it's just like a rash. You know what I'm saying? That should have just spread like a rash. Word. So like I just got to get to it. I'm looking for somebody because I don't really want to get to it. I want somebody else to get to it and do it and tell me where I could go to jump up and down and wave my pom-poms.
So
and what
what you're
march I
saying
need
is
to get in.
you need a leader.
I need a lot of different kind of leaders, but in the end, the leader is me. Because if I don't take none of what any of them have to offer and don't do nothing with it and just watch their show and march in their parade and shit, like, I don't know.
Do you know anything about the issue with MLK and the FBI?
Yeah, I heard a lot of stuff. And then I think you threw CIA in there too.
Yeah, but I don't think the CIA was actually after him. We was just defining the actual divisions of the law.
The CIA was
I
after.
thought of something.
The CIA was after X because he went out the country, so the CIA was following him.
Yeah, but you know, I thought of something while I was listening to y'all talk, like the stuff I was hearing and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what I thought, and I'm talking like y'all across the street, and I forgot the microphone is right here. So I just thought about something. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, the FBI and maybe even the CIA was trying to help keep him alive and knew that anybody like that start coming up like that, it's gonna be people from everywhere not feeling him and want to like make him shut up.
That's enough. That's
and what he's saying is good for the person too, but it could be somebody else who was trying to make their little come up too. You feel me? You smell me? You know how shit is. Let's keep it all the way funky, from the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top. The shit is the same. It's just a different kind of money game. What was I'm saying?
What was your YouTube link about?
That's an interesting point to make. Like,
Joe Brown. You
need to keep them alive. Maybe making more money.
Yeah, it might have been thousands of people who wanted to, like, because didn't some lady stab him in his chest and almost get him?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was a lot of people just not feeling that because
But where's that
he was
energy coming
left
from?
and they was right.
No, that's what you
Huh?
believe. Where's that? If we saying the CIA, they done had multiple attempts.
But
What
the
makes you
KKK
believe?
is their own. The
But what
KKK
makes you believe
is
that
the
that couldn't
Like
have come
especially
from them?
after that lady stabbed him. I
It
think
was a
they
white
like said
lady or
we
a
gotta
black lady?
bump security up a little bit on my man here because we want to see the show. We want to see what this nigga can do. I'm just keeping it using the
You're
term
right. You're
loosely.
right, Barry B. I ain't look at it from that because you got KKK members who are ex.
Like I
Nah,
want to see what this nigga could do because you know this
I'm gonna
nigga could
believe
make a
that.
lot of things happen for us on the DL,
Yeah.
on the smelly smell. You know, like we can
They
shit and he can make it so it don't stink.
In the same note, we hearing everybody that's coming after you. So that's how once we got a wiretap on you, we got everything that's in with your name in it. So now everybody that's coming at you, we hearing all of these people that's coming at you. So if we really thinking about protection, we just know where everybody's coming from. We're not saying what that, but we're talking about the ones that's making moves. You're manipulating the ones that you hear coming after us. You're trying to put them in position to put that one in position to the one that you know that's down with me, who's talking a little off, and he's the one you can come at, put him with him, so then this can happen, and you are orchestrating the situation. So you're not in no way you protecting me. You're not holding me down. You're not any population.
Yeah, because I really think at the bottom of the thing that there was a lot of people working in these places that was really about like, I mean, everybody got their own idea what they think good is, but I mean, basically like they're not on the racist shit and, you know, excuse my French, they're not on the racism and all of that. So they're like, you know, this guy's really trying to do something. And I'm sure there was probably people that was like trying to help. But, you know, they can only do so much.
You could think all of that shit till your life is on the line. And that's what the whole point is. Once their life was on the line and anybody who close to him life was on the line, your ass is going to turn like everybody else to do. That's how come they sitting back and they manipulating the whole situation.
Yeah, because didn't he get protection from the National Guard? Didn't they have at one point the National Guard protecting the marches? Or was it no?
I thought at one point, I don't know, maybe.
I mean, I know at one point they were sticking us in the ass with them batons, but at one point, oh shit. Oh, but you asked me the video, Judge Joe Brown.
Judge Joe Brown. That time. I'm glad.
Judge Joe Brown said if they hadn't closed the case the way they closed it, he was going to be the next one to have to do the case. And he already had stacks and stacks of paperwork. He had the paperwork on this case.
He was gonna do the Martin Luther King case.
And he said he dropped the bomb. He dropped the bombshell in the video, saying that he had paperwork because he was going to be next. If they hadn't shut the case down, he was going to be the next one that would have had to like do the case. And he said the evidence shows that the dude they said killed him did not do it, and the gun they found wasn't the gun, and yada yada yada.
You know that. We heard that. You talking about just on the theory of who killed him, but we're not even talking about on who got accused for it or we know who killed him. That's what we're talking about. At the end, this is how it goes. If we can't find nothing where that's gonna get your ass, we're gonna kill your ass. Then that's how everything went. He said, what we gonna do with Fred? He said, well, it's time for him to go, man. We tired of going through all these games, this, that, and the third. It's time for the last chapter. Let that nigga sleep with the fishes. At some point, that's where it's gonna go. We just saying that, and we know who did it.
And how did they benefit from his death?
It's what we trying to stop. We're trying to stop you niggas from joining, from you niggas getting together, from you niggas really having the power to move as one. And once we knock off the head, as you see, that calms a whole lot of you down. Niggas fall back.
Because don't everybody else always jump on our bandwagon? What's the thing? The women's liberation movement. They jumped on that, so they make it more numbers. Who else jumped on that? I think the gay rights people back in the day.
I have no
They
idea
they
what you're
jump
talking
on the
about right now.
civil rights movement. Like everybody jump on our movement. Like we would be frontline with it all through since the beginning, and they joined with us because they had things that they needed too.
Mm. So Barry B, you a little older than us, right? So what can you remember when you was a kid, as far as in the media with you know, civil rights, black rights from when you was a kid? Was it publicized? Yeah.
All the adults, all the adults, my
Mhm.
parents' age, and more so my parents' age, they was all into talking and saying and trying to know, like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, Hosea Williams. Like they was talking about Stokely Carmichael,
Mhm.
Huey P. Newton, XYZ.
Who's
They
XYZ?
was heavy into talking it and teaching it to all the kids. And
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
grandparents was kind of like, y'all need to simmer down and just go to work and honest days work, or honest days pay, and come up the right way, get the education, get the information, start your own business,
What do you
own your own
remember?
business, keep your mouth shut and pay your tax, and come up to where you need to come up so you don't get cut short.
What do you
Yeah.
remember
And
seeing as a child going on as
No,
far
but
as
he's telling you. He's telling you
that's
what
it.
his parents were saying. Like
That's
what
what was that's
his
that's what
parents were
was that
saying.
that's
but
what
you
was
was asking them as
all
far as
around.
political? I thought you
Afros
said
and
political
the
leaders.
black fists and the
Mhm.
Afro picks.
What happened during the times? Like, how did it change? The question was, what did he change? Now you can give that answer better than us because you was around and that was your early stages.
Oh, you can see the people around you was like carrying the torch. They was with it. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? They was my parents like generation, maybe some a little older and some younger.
no, the question is
For the most part,
after X and King assassination, right? How was the movement looking and who was vocal in the movement at those points at the time of their demise when they first left this earth?
Ain't nobody else
oh
is saying
well,
shit because niggas
nah.
ain't want to.
Well, most of all of that went underground. Everything,
So the
even the
movement
Black
died.
Power movement and all of that had like it kind of went underground where it wasn't no mainstream and all of that
So the
stuff. Like
Niggas was getting
movement
their
died.
heads cracked. Yeah.
So they killed the movement with. So who would we
and
say?
people started coming home from the Vietnam War, and that's when they flooded us with,
Dope.
Cotton Comes to Harlem. Yeah.
I
So
think
when would
sports
you
played
say?
a lot into transitioning things over too.
Yeah, I would say. When would you say with the time came when you would say that?
Oh, and a lot of doors
Dominant.
was opening. I started seeing a lot more people that look like me, black people, Hispanic people, Asian people, in places where normally you didn't see them, in sports, in business, on Wall Street, becoming lawyers, doctors. That was the first time you saw a black doctor, like when I was coming up as a kid.
So
What
as
was the
far as
Cotton Comes to Harlem?
that's dope.
Yeah,
It's
I
a movie.
figured that.
I'm sorry. It's a movie. It's a movie.
I figured that was the
When
heroin, you know what I'm saying? The dope,
yeah,
that
exactly.
phase or whatever. I figured that, but I just
Across
wanted to be sure.
110th Street.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite classics though. But back to what you were saying though, I didn't even mean to interject. My fault.
No, that was smooth. I'm saying I want to know who, but he just said it. It went underground. So now that answers the question.
And there was the new generation of the shit keeps calling me.
So after Martin Luther King, it's safe to say after Martin Luther King's assassination, the political stance as far as out there, it simmered down.
The original.
Nah, new voices. Nah, but
Who
it
were the new
was
voices?
more new voices, but it wasn't getting no mainstream airplay. So like still underground information like cable TV station networks. Like
Understandable. No, no,
that was
no,
the only
nobody,
place you was. Yeah.
nobody made that next leap. Nobody.
Nah, not after all of them started dropping and do, and then that thing in Philly would move. They was like, if you stand up, like, ain't no question you're gonna get knocked down. They've made that message clear.
So when would the Black Panther Party actually was finished? Was well, I know it's never finished. It's still
Exactly. Boom. Yeah. That's none of these things are ever finished. Never. The women's liberation
They just
movement.
all had to go
Anything.
underground.
Even yeah. Yeah. It all went like you like. It's gonna be hard for you to eat. It's gonna be hard for you to eat. So you got to do all of this under duress.
That shit is VCR. It ain't, ain't got nothing.
Forced to be on food stamps, damn near, because the dictates of the job don't fit with your standards or whatever. So, like the welfare poets, spoken word. It became a different way to express it.
Okay.
Go to college became the thing. Go to college. This is how you're going to win and beat this thing. We've been beating this drum and banging on this door long enough, and they opened up college and they segregated us. So you better run in there and what's the affirmative action and all of this, like reverse racism, someone's trying to call it that shit. How you gonna give them preference over us? And
yeah, all of that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So outside of that, though, like when you were younger and you saw the Panther movement rising, though, when it was rising and it was spreading across the country, what was that like? What was the climate like? And where was
black empowerment? Black empowerment.
Where was King and Malcolm around that time? The original, during the time when the Black Panther Party was.
Oh, they was already dead. They pretty much died like just before I was born and the year I was born.
All right, so it was King and Malcolm, and then it was the Black Panther Party right after.
Yep.
So you were young. So how old were you at the peak of like the Black Panther Party?
Oh, I don't know. Before when I was understanding and getting stuff and digesting, and probably about 6, 7 for real.
Okay.
I mean, he was around me before that, but
Yeah,
I'm in another world as a kid.
Yeah. Yeah, that's deep though.
But I was seeing it, and the afros and the people and the friends. Everybody was having these afros wearing and talking weird conversations. Like, yeah, man, we're not into that type of thing, Like, we don't, that's where I got that phrase I still use, we don't do that. That came from like way back then. Yeah, because look, baby, we don't do that. Like, they had this weird way of talking. All of them had this like that's not how people talk at my parents' job or other places. Like, it was a lot of wine drinking and reefer smoking, and that's how people was talking.
Yeah, we don't do that, man.
Yeah.
And everything was the man, like the man. That's when I first like, who's the man? The man. I thought like that was a person. The man. Which man?
Yeah, that's
who's this guy doing all this stuff to people?
This one person. We need to get him. Yeah, man, that's the system.
So Banger, right? I got a question. So, who in our generation that we seen that comes close to, I would say, Martin or Malcolm?
Now,
in our generation.
like one of the things that I said, not for nothing, but I was like, if there was a closest depiction, like not for nothing, but me, I take Pac as like a Malcolm, and I would take Big as like a Martin. If there was a
But
now,
how so big a Martin though?
well, because when the whole beef started, as an example, like Big stayed quiet. You know, Big was like, you know, him and Pac was cool. You know what I mean? And you know, so he wasn't he was with the shits. You know what I'm saying? And everything. But at the end of the day, as far as out of both of them, I'm just saying, like, so that's just basically how I did it. As far as answering your question off the top, Pop, like I've said that for a minute now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I agree with the Pac, but with the Big, I don't think, because I'm excluding the music side of things. I'm talking about black culture. You understand what I mean? That's like, I
Yeah, I
understand the
got
Pac,
you.
but that's yeah, but Big, it was more of a music side. You know, I'm Big wasn't on no political. You know what I mean? Big wasn't on that.
Yeah.
He was on about, you know, getting money and all of that. But Pac, on the other hand, I would say, you know, he started out that way, and then, you know what I mean, kind of, you know, went away from it and then came back to it in the latest part of his life.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like I said, Big
But what do y'all think about
and
Farrakhan though?
Pac.
I mean, he's been around the time of all of these. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like right now, me personally, right now Farrakhan is in a he's a great leader. He's very wise. He has a lot of profound knowledge, and I just when it comes to the nation, it just seems as though they just separate. They're their own entity, and it's like you know, the speeches and everything are for black people, but then it's like, you know, the nation is the nation, and it's like, if you ain't over here, then you just ain't really a part of it, kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. I agree with what a lot of Farrakhan's teachings and everything.
But you just feel it's more so yeah, separate.
Yeah, I believe, like, I mean, I don't think it has to be. You understand? But because of, like, I think it goes back probably to what we was talking about not too long ago about the religion and everything, you know, because of the Christianity and Muslim thing. You know what I mean? So maybe that's what's put a big strain on it. You know?
Yeah.
I think religion has played a part. It's putting a strain on us as a people also, of being able to come together. You know what I mean? As opposed to just God-fearing people, knowing that we're genuinely genetically hereditary, like all of that, historically God-fearing people. You know what I mean? As opposed to just that being our common denominator, and building off of that, it's the different religions and the factions and things of that nature. And as
Yeah.
long as we have that separating us, where we don't even have a common denominator with our culture, then that's always going to be an issue. You know what I mean? Like, we have to get that common denominator with our culture. You know, everyone else has it. Asian Americans, Italian Americans, Irish Americans, Spanish Americans. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everyone else has it except for us.
Yeah.
And people don't talk about that.
I'm gonna tell you my experience with going to a mosque the first time. So when I was working on a Rich Porter documentary, right? So I had to interview Mel. Now I don't know if, for people who don't know Mel, but you know Mel was LA's girlfriend at the time. So I had to go and interview her, but you know she converted to to Islam, right? So I had to go and meet her in Philly. Now we was doing an interview in the mosque. So the deal is, I go up there with her. I sit in, sitting at the mosque, their service, and then afterwards we do the interview, right? So I'm like, damn, I'm like, yo, this is my first time, you know what I mean, in the mosque. You heard about it before. So I was kind of like, so sat there, they introduced me, brother Pop, blah, blah, blah. Everybody, welcome. It was all love, just beautiful, you know what I mean? So after the service, they did this thing where, a couple of the members, I guess that was new. And, you had a couple of the younger generations. It's almost like, how would you say, from a Christian standpoint, almost like a Sunday school type thing, almost. You know what I mean? But more like after, right? So, and they asked me, do you want to participate? I was like, nah. It's like, nah, we ain't trying to convert you or anything like that. You know what I mean? And trying to be respectful. I was like, all right, I'll sit through. So there was like, everybody pair up. So you had to pair up with another individual. And it was a guy that I had to pair up with, an older gentleman, right? And in this activity, you had to sit across on the person, and you guys had to look at one another straight in the eyes, right? Look, no blinking. This is I guess they do this exercise for like discipline, and focus, right? You see how you see some of the Muslim brothers, they stand at the door and they just, straight forth standing there. So these are some of the exercise that they go through. So you have to stay complete focus for 5 minutes, no blinking. No blinking. You got to stare at each other for 5 minutes, and it's a time. I'm like, yo, you understand what I mean? If you blink, you got to start all over. I'm like, wow. So I'm thinking to myself, nah, fuck that. These niggas ain't going, you know what I mean? I'm like, I could do it, right? So me and homie, we sitting across from each other and we just stand. You know what I mean? I'm grilling him like he grilling me like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, nah, fuck that. You ain't gonna break me. Like, you know what I mean? So we going, it was literally, so my mind started to fucking go all over the place. Cause I'm like, damn, like this 5 minutes is a long fucking time. You know what I mean? So, and I started to see things on some real shit. Like it's some crazy shit. So at the end of the exercise,
What
you
did
had
you start to see, Pop?
I'm gonna tell you. So at the end of the exercise, you had to, talk about your experience. It's basically trying to read the other person.
See his soul.
Nah, listen, on some real shit. Basically, you had to read the other person. You understand what I mean? What their emotions, what they was going through, blah 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 blah. This is my first time doing it.
He's seen his soul.
So he came up to me. They came to me like, yeah, what would you see? And what I seen, right, when I was looking at this nigga face, like the nigga turned into I don't even know.
Did you get it right with the first time?
But listen, listen.
Oh, so it was
it's
only
almost
5
like
minutes
I almost seen like an old soul, like a, you know what I mean, like a Neanderthal type shit. That was the craziest shit. Like the nigga face, because I never actually stared at anything that long before. So I just started to, you know what I mean? And I seen a lot of pain, like, it was almost like slavery, like a lot of, you understand what I mean? Like a lot of pain and hurt.
Pop. So you was really able to not blink for 5 minutes, bro?
Yeah, that shit was wild. Cause I didn't want the nigga to break. No.
Did your eyes water or anything?
Yeah, it did. But I didn't want the nigga, because the nigga was serious. Like on some, you know what I mean? Like this nigga almost looked like he was in jail, like in a yard type shit. But I didn't want to be like, nah, like nigga, you ain't breaking me. Fuck that. I'm gonna sit there. You understand what I mean? So they was telling me what I seen, you know, what I said. I said, yeah, you know, I seen I think this guy been through a lot. There's a lot of hurt there. There's a lot of wisdom and a lot of knowledge, like some old, you know what I mean? Blah, 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 blah. And that's what I said. I forgot what he said about me, but you know, everybody went through. So it was a good experience, right? So after that, I hop in the car with Mel. You know, she taking me back. There's another sister in the front. So she was like, yeah, that was your first time? She was like, wow, you know what I mean? I never really had for somebody to do that the first time, you know, you held your own. And she was like, you see that guy you was doing that? I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, you know, he been here for a long time. You know, he had a wife that just recently died. He's having to go through that. So, you know, he's really grieving. You know, you understand what I mean? So I think that's what I seen that and she was just telling me his whole story. Like, he don't even know how to, you know, there's somebody he'd been with for a long time. She just recently died. So, you know, he's kind of hurting right now, blah, blah. But I was able to really see, like, it's almost like I could feel it. It was crazy. And I was like, damn, that shit is. But she was like, yeah, that's why we do these exercises to, you understand what I mean? And then it helps, you know, the people that's on guard. This is what they do. Like, they stand there. You know, you really have to be focused. I was like, wow. So they do little exercises like this. It's not always about how would you say you know, the Quran, and you know, so they do little different exercise. And the brother that day that spoke was, you seen his YouTube, I guess his name is Ben X. Ben X. I think if you go on if you YouTube him, he was the guest speaker that day. I forgot that part, but I was like, wow, that was my first time ever at a mosque. You know what I mean? It was more of a you know, outside of the Quran, you know, more of a personal type, how to carry yourself. That's how I seen, you know, everybody how to, you know, when you spoke to somebody, they call you sister, you know, sister this, brother this, you know, and all of that. So it felt like a cult sometimes, but you know what I mean? But it not in a negative way. You know, it's like respect almost, like you teaching people to be respectful. That's all I seen. So I was like, wow. But yeah, that was my first time. And she's like, yeah, you don't want to. But the lady in the joint, like, yeah, I don't think you want to be a Muslim, man, because she said on some real shit. She was like, yo, she pulled me aside, like, yeah, this ain't what, you know what I mean. This ain't what you want to do. It's, you know, it's you know, even I'm being real with you. I was like, wow.
Why she said that though?
I don't know. She was like, cause I don't know where she was coming from. I don't want to get nobody in trouble, but she
was a Muslim?
Yeah. She was like, this ain't what, you know what I mean? It's from you know, it's a certain things, certain lifestyle. Like, if you in it, you in it.
Right.
They ain't know I'm gonna be, you know what I mean? And then next week, nah. I was like, nah, I ain't trying to know me out, but I believe in what I believe in. But you know, it's good to experience other people.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
You know what I mean? So
what's up, man? Where we at?
Man.
Wow, that's the experience, man.
Yeah, it was going wow, man. I was like, imagine that though. You stand at somebody for 5 minutes, like you just try it. Like, you could really gauge somebody's energy, and you could really read a motherfucker if you look into their eyes for that long. You start to see things.
Yeah, that's bananas.
Yeah,
I'm still trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, that's a way of communicating. Like, you can really communicate with somebody. But the lady was saying, like, you know, if you got your significant other and y'all don't really talk, she's like, just sit down and just stare into each other's eyes. It says you're gonna learn a lot. I was like, wow, that shit is deep.
You're very fortunate that you had the opportunity to
get
in to see that, because most young men coming up, black men coming up, like, they don't even get to see it or get that far, because it's very strict though. It's strict up in there, and you know, like, and a lot of things too, like you were saying, you know, you was whatever. But yeah, man, that's a thing. That's why people don't like people looking at them. That's why
Yeah,
we get into so many fights coming up. What you looking
yeah,
at?
yeah.
What you looking
What
at?
you looking
Because
at?
you're
Yeah.
looking at me too long, and I think you might see me, and
Yeah,
we can't
yeah,
have.
yeah,
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 yo, So now I
yeah,
gotta beef up and get tough now.
yeah. Like, oh shit, that shit is real, my nigga. You could read a motherfucker. Everything what he's thinking, energy. That shit is real. For real, for real.
Yeah, man, that's a great
Guess it,
opportunity.
yeah. That's how them niggas be standing on the post, like, you know what I mean. They just eyes straight forward, not blinking. You know what I mean. They is disciplined.
Yeah, that's definitely discipline, man.
Yeah,
The FOI, yeah, the fruit of
yeah. Them
Islam,
niggas,
man. They
yeah. Them
definitely,
niggas ain't don't
yeah,
play
they
no
on it.
games over there, man.
Yeah,
Real.
they don't play no games. They on it.
It's almost like a military type. You know what I mean? That's the feel. Like it's
The Nation of Islam is like their own military.
yeah, like shit is real.
You might as well say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Cause yeah, man, they like their own separate entity, man.
yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, I've been. You know what I mean? But it's a very. I never seen so much respect from black people in life. Like I never seen that shit. Like, hey brother, hey sister, you need something to eat. Yo, I'm like, wow, when we do this?
Yeah, that's
You know
been
what I mean?
going.
That shit
Yeah.
is- when we started doing this, but yeah, it's all respect, man. That shit is all respect.
You know what's funny? I'm not to go
Yeah,
off. Well,
you
I guess
good?
it's the topic, but not to go off what you were saying
Mm-hmm.
with the nation, with the FBI and
Mm-hmm.
Martin Luther King, right? That's the only reason they kind of messed it up for him in a way, for in a lot of people's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Like they tarnish his image, like. So like they tell people, if it wasn't for them, they wouldn't have known he was a playboy, sneaking off, getting that spoon poon. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. Them
they was
niggas
throwing it at
exposed.
him. It was throwing it at him. You know, that's how the old school players they be saying. You know, they was throwing it at him
Yeah.
anywhere,
Look,
anywhere.
the
Back
same
from
thing with
anywhere,
R.
his
Kelly.
clothes off.
The same thing with R. Kelly. Who would have known all? You understand what I
Nah,
mean?
nah, but your
Them
man
niggas.
Kelly, that was different though, man.
But what I'm
Like that
saying
was
is
different though,
exposing.
bro.
I'm telling you, exposing all this shit. Bill Cosby, how the fuck, all this shit.
I
You know
mean,
what I
yeah,
mean?
because they didn't listen to their handlers, man. They was being bad boys, man. Like they didn't listen to their handler. Whoever they was in bed with told them to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Them Negroes didn't listen, so they had to get exposed. That's
Yeah.
what happened. That's what happened. Cause they keep dirt on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
They got dirt on everybody. You feel me? So
So they
it's
going,
like,
yeah,
what
yeah.
made it? What made it so your dirt came out? You pissed Bill. Bill called himself not verbatim, but like Bill called himself wanting to buy one of those networks against something. Because
Mm-hmm.
around the time his son got killed,
Right,
he was trying to buy CBS allegedly. Around
right.
the time his son got killed, like that. If that ain't something to make you back off, I'm saying if
Oh,
that's what really happened, like they made it seem
that's
like
it.
it was like a regular carjacking, but they always make it seem like our deaths are regular.
Oh,
People
gotta
die
throw
every
some dirty
day
pussy at
and
him.
everything. Yeah, but it's like I don't know, man.
Mm.
But yeah, around this time, before this whole scandal came out, he was trying to buy something or whatever, man. But apparently he had just got too big for his britches, and they was like, you know what? Let's try to throw some dirt on him, and then by the grace of God, it turned around.
Your
You know what I'm
man was
saying? You
bugged
see,
out.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it gets to a lot of us. You know what's funny? And I hear a lot of us say it. A lot of people say it too.
What's that?
where's the ones like where's the full package, son? Where's the full package? What like a Martin or Malcolm or Farrakhan or Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson or like whoever, Stokely Carmichael,
Mhm.
Huey P. Newton, just and the names go on and on and on. You know, Chesimard, Joanne Chesimard, like
Mhm.
on and on and on and on. Angela Davis, like just on and on and on with people, right?
Yeah, but you were saying
Now,
what?
but
You
now
said
we
what's the,
see, but now we finally see to the core of the thing. We really kind of see and we missed the bus when the opportunity was really there to like to ride it and get in position and everything. Because these things were very important to us, you know. But the funny thing was, why wasn't anybody the full package? Doing all of that and having land, having factories.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that was at the core of the like do for self thing.
Yeah.
But we could like in not to say none of us did or nobody did that came out of the African diaspora, just speaking about those people. And just and come up with the whole thing. It's like you got to do one or the other. You
well,
could get
Marcus? What
or you
about
could
Marcus Garvey? You know, he was
this
like, "Yo, let's just get back to Africa."
like you could get with this or you could get with that. This or you can't have them both, but you could have this or that. Like you want to be a millionaire and you want to be a Wall Street and you want to be a banker and you want to be a real estate guy and you want to be a doctor and you want to be a lawyer, then you can have this, but you can't have that.
Oh yeah, yeah, like keep your identity, quote unquote, or per se.
Where's the full package? Like about all of that, doing all of that, getting all of that, knowing how to intermingle to the point where just like anybody else from anywhere else in the world gets up in that boardroom and get at the table, and it's a rough business